Hey, I know. I'm sorry for you to even hear that.
Well,
It's
wait a
dramatic.
minute. If you pay me enough, I might do a little wet work. But underwater.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang. You. Whoa, you pregnant?
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going, John? So nice to meet you.
How you doing, Lucy?
Yo!
Look at this guy.
What's
up? All right, you guys. How we doing? All right, we're doing good.
We're going to put you guys over here.
Nice.
We got some
you.
cushions and pillows.
Oh man, you got the whole thing.
Oh, we got you set
You
up.
got everything.
We got cold water, we got cushions, we got pillows, whatever works best for you guys. Yes, what's up? How you doing?
We're good.
Good to see you. What's going on?
All right, let's see if I can get on this thing.
Yeah, whatever works.
I don't need.
No, all you.
Okay, this is cool.
You good?
This is nice. Yeah, I want to slide right in here.
Yeah.
Do you need any pillows or anything?
I think we're okay, man. We'll stay like this.
Yeah, if you want to
Do
raise
that?
it, you can.
Yeah, really good.
Do you want me to raise you up, Danny, or are you good?
I mean, can you?
Go up higher.
Yeah, can you do it?
I think the little...
How do you do that? Do I have to do
You
anything?
might have to stand up. You might have to stand
Oh
up.
yeah, get up.
Mhm.
Does it go up? That's okay.
You good?
I'm all right. 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 We're good. We're good this way.
Yeah.
It's all cool.
Time you got.
Thank you,
You
so
like
much
it?
for
What do you
having,
think?
for having us.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Good.
Good.
We just watched... Little Devil last night.
Little
Demon.
demon.
Little Demon. And, I mean, I love, first of all, how your cartoon looks, Danny.
Oh, yeah,
What's
yeah.
that about?
Yeah, the
well,
whole-
you
yeah,
know,
the
everyone
whole-
else is
you know-
kind of pretty accurate with what they look like in real life,
they
and then
look
there's
like all of a
you.
sudden there's me. I was trying to be a good dad. See, so first in the show, I said, what am I gonna do? Like, what? Because I'm, I look the way I look, and I look like this one. So I want to do something a little different. So I said, what should I? And then everybody said, well, you want to be the good dad, and I think, I don't know, it's gonna be a girl, right?
Right.
I think it's. So I look like Vin Diesel, like kind of like buffed up, like little pumped up. I got a motorcycle. I feel like this is gonna really. And then I see it's a girl, and I say the future is females.
Yeah.
I want to look good, so I try to pick some really good-looking, kind of normal actor.
Yeah.
I figure like somewhere in between, like
You look like Kevin.
I look a little bit like you. So, I just figured it would be really cool. And so, but I am a shapeshifter, so I can do
Yeah, do whatever
anything.
you want.
I can do anything
Yeah.
I want.
It's
I
more
could
of like a Tom Hanks in that.
I was gonna say Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks
Yeah.
in
We
that.
did, like Tom Hanks is Mr. Rogers,
Yeah,
and,
that wholesome,
yeah,
Really,
so-
all American
wholesome,
dad
like,
kind
yeah,
of look. Yeah.
exactly.
That's
The
very
only
fun.
wholesome part of the whole
The
show.
only wholesome part of
Yeah.
the show.
I mean,
Holy
it
shit.
starts off right away with one of the more horrifying. So I watch TV on subtitles.
hammer?
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I like to watch my TV on subtitles, and right before I forget Aubrey's character's name, but right before Laura's
Yeah.
about to
She's-
give birth,
Yeah.
or actually as she gives birth, the subtitle is "Wet Plop." And I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad.
Oh, man.
They're pulling no punches.
Yeah, no. We're not holding back.
No, you're really not. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's that you can only the only way that works is if you go all out.
Yeah,
With
you gotta-
being, I mean, guys shooting their dicks off and
exactly.
exploding heads in the bathroom after having your period. I mean, just like madness. That's the only way that show works.
I mean, that's like
And-
middle school, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's just chaos, right?
Just-
Was did FXX just kind of give you the green light for that?
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah, they said
do you-
go for it.
I mean, at this point between Sonny and that, you've just got carte blanche.
Well,
to
no.
do whatever you want.
It's, we have a lot of they're very hands-on. They're really interested in the stuff. It's not like just do anything you want. So everything we did, we ran by them. John Landgraf's very, FX's motto is. It's fearless.
Yeah, for real.
I'm telling you, man, putting Little Demon on, it's fearless. It's really for everybody.
Was there anything that you or they were like, this is too much?
No.
No.
No, I mean, we went for it, and we were
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna show this girl get her period.
Right.
The first 5 minutes. Of
I mean, the blood. It's
Yeah.
like
The blood.
You know.
And we actually, funny enough, we actually recently talked about our first experiences with periods.
Yeah.
And mine came in elementary school, not quite middle school. But there's when the guy, I forget, he doesn't have a name, but he's like, I want to see you bleed to the other guy in the bathroom,
yeah.
Bennigan.
Yeah.
And then
What a
and
name.
then it's like, ooh, we get to see her bleed. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is fucking.
that. I mean, the very opening scene. when Laura has a hammer and I don't know what was about to happen there when you're popping out. It was like, this is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But what's it been like in real life for you guys though? I mean,
we've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been
I have
fun.
a very young daughter, and I could not imagine. I mean, it would be like a dream come true for me to do something like
to work
this,
together.
right? Like that's,
yeah. Well, we've always wanted to work together. We're always trying to find some way to hook up. And Lucy came to me. She called me. Well, she said, "My friends have this idea. Do you want to hear it?" And blah blah blah. It's called Little Demon, and they want you to play Satan. And I said, "I'm in."
It was like a no-brainer casting choice.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
We had Aubrey on recently, and we were talking to her about Danny voicing Satan, and she's like, "Could it be more perfect?"
Right.
Like it is.
No,
it is
And
the
she's
all-time
perfect.
great
I mean,
casting.
everything is really perfect between like you guys obviously having a real father-daughter dynamic, you having the Satan character, her kind of being like the badass, sarcastic, take no shit mom.
Yeah.
Like that's who she is.
Yeah.
It's all very
Yeah.
realistic while being the most unrealistic
Yeah,
show in
Crazy
the
totally.
thing.
world,
I mean,
right?
that's the thing is that it's such an outlandish premise,
Right.
that we really wanted to ground the characters and we're coming at them as absurd people, but they're real people.
Yeah. They
So,
all have
and
like oddly relatable in some
Yeah.
ways. You're like the teenage daughter who hates her parents,
Yeah,
and
and just
you
wants-
as co-parents basically trying to work together. I mean,
Try to get more time with my kid.
yeah, that's all
Tough
it is.
mama. Yeah. Aubrey's pretty tough.
I mean, she's jacked up too.
She's
Yeah.
jacked.
Yeah.
Don't
Riding
mess
that
with-
thing,
You don't
that-
mess with her, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, she take you down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's behind the idea of like the scene where you make everybody shoot their dicks off? Is that that's
basically
just something
the
written
creators of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
the
could talk
writers.
about Kieran and
Yeah.
Seth and
Darcy Fowler, Seth Kirshner, and Kieran Valla. They're the creators, writers, and they were like, "What is this like?" Third act going to be, and what is Satan's powers going to be? And I'm like, it'd be really funny if he made them all shoot their dicks off. And
I mean, yep.
and so that's part of our show, and
It is
and
so
then
cool.
Michael Shannon, who plays Unshaven Man, he gets his dick shot off, and
Yeah.
that becomes he comes back.
Okay.
He
without a dick.
he's, and he is upset that he doesn't have a dick. So we are. He's trying to find the 13-year-old girl who shot his dick off.
Fucking great.
Now, if you had the ability to possess human bodies, who would you possess and what would you make them do?
Oh man, well it's good. Well, I'm kind of like into like since I could do it over and over again. You could choose, right? Not just one person.
Do whatever you want, pal.
If you want to be, if you wanted to be Michael Jordan, I mean, get that feeling, you know what I mean? Or you want to be Mario Andretti and get that feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That race car.
So you'd use it for good. You'd use
Oh,
it,
yeah, I'd do.
like
I'd
Laura
have fun.
In episode 3, I think, is when she starts using it for good.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
Chrissy,
What would you
Chrissy
do?
goes and tries to
I
help
mean,
people out.
Yeah, I try to help people out. I mean, it could be cool. Yeah, I mean, being a an Olympian would be pretty rad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You guys are wholesome. I'd probably
But-
use it for evil. I would probably
No,
possess someone and ruin their life.
I would maybe
enemy.
jump into some like leader's body and make them give all their money away.
There you go.
that could be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Just give their money to people who, or their houses. Just
I'd
give
probably-
their houses away. It's great.
You'd become in your wildest dreams. You'd become a repo man.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to show you this, Danny.
Okay, let me see.
We have
Oh, you got Scar aficionado.
this sitting in our.
Hey.
This has been in
baby.
our studio for the
kidding.
last like 5
Oh,
years,
man,
4
that's-
years.
That's beautiful.
He
man.
he picked it up in the airport one day. Just your
like-
mug just jumped out.
I was leaving Nashville still drunk.
Yeah.
And I was
Where's Danny?
I was at the magazine. I was just sitting there giggling at like
gotta
6
get
a.m.
that. Yeah,
I was
it's
like, I gotta
cool.
buy this.
No, every once
It
in a
is.
while I have a stogie.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
everything in moderation. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll once in a while have a stogie.
But here's something you do. We read in this magazine
Yeah.
that it shouldn't be done in moderation, nor should it be done ever. Is you like a margarita pizza with anchovies? That's your.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Your pizza,
As a
man.
matter of fact,
It says
I
right
go-
here,
Yeah.
arugula too. You said there's something about it. I put it on everything. You said, yeah, I
It's
like
bitter, you know.
anchovies on a
Yeah.
margarita
Yeah,
pizza.
absolutely.
I throw arugula on
Yes.
top and I fold it up.
over and eat it. I swear to God. No,
like-
that's
it's
the
like
thing.
heaven.
It's
I'll tell
absolutely.
you guys, we had a party for Little Demon. It was like pizza, and he brought his own anchovies
brought a jar
because
of
he knew that there wasn't going to be.
No, people don't have them.
Yeah, of course not. They're disgusting.
No, they're
BYOA.
great.
Bring your own anchovies.
Throw my own anchovies. in
Wait,
Little
wait,
Demon
hang on.
party.
Is this
They
in
were
like
all
a
going,
bag or like a?
He
No,
gets
it's
them in these
like
nice
a
little
jar.
jars. Yeah.
You know, I had two of them. I had 2 jars.
He had 2 jars
Because
in
I'm
case
afraid
anyone
somebody's
else
going to
wanted
eat them.
them.
You know, if they eat them, I got to have a couple
got
pieces of
extra.
pizza.
Yeah.
I lay them on there. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. So
bring
we
an
watched
extra bar?
the first night, the premiere night of Little Demon. We were all sitting together, everybody out watching it on a nice big screen. And I'm eating. Everybody else is eating pizza, but I'm eating pizza with anchovies, baby. It was good. My mouth is watering right now. I could go for a
I
nice
wish
anchovy.
I would have had it right here for you had I
You
known.
can't bring that up and not have it. Have you guys ever had it?
I've never.
Oh, you
I've
gotta
never
take
braved
Really?
it.
an arugula.
You like it?
It's good.
And you know,
And you had it because of him? Like
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
of course.
Well, I mean,
Really
he
good,
would
huh?
Sneak,
I think with the texture.
he would
problem.
sneak anchovies into the pasta sauce when I was a kid, you know, because you can melt it
Sure.
in and whatever.
That's a little different.
So, but then, you know, the taste, it just becomes it's part of my childhood.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now you're just used to
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you smell
yeah.
anchovies, you think of dad.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
fucking hilarious.
I look
swear
at
to
him
God.
and I see an
See
anchovies.
Now wait, you doing that, making that noise with your mouth a second ago, just made me think of. Also, I just learned this before you came in. The scene in Always Sunny where you were the waitress,
Oh, God.
and you go, which is got to be one of the weirder
Just
things.
really inappropriate.
It was very,
you know.
but you know, it was like it was in the early days. I was still finding Frank, and I just check out the girl. Happened to be my daughter. Yeah. I mean,
I don't really relive this.
Yeah, I would imagine that's
Talk about
block
it.
that one
No,
out.
no,
Yeah.
no.
But the facial expressions, which I've always said that every Always Sunny scene needs at least 2 viewings, one to just watch it and one to watch Frank's faces. and sitting here talking, I was wondering like how it came to be. It's just your faces.
it's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
just
do.
you.
Because I've been doing it all my life.
Yeah.
It's like I can't shake it.
You mean as an actor, or just like you've always been that guy? Like
No, I've
very,
always been.
Yeah,
I was
just,
clown around.
Yeah, yeah.
Making fuck around, just have some good times, and bust balls, and that
Right.
was Jersey. From New Jersey,
Absolutely,
down the
yeah.
shore.
Yeah.
That was it.
Where's your spot down the shore?
Asbury. That's where I was born
Asbury,
in
huh?
Asbury. Yeah, they've all come down to Asbury. See the place.
What's like your when you think of like your dad, like memories growing up, or is there like one that jumps out, or one like when you think of like my dad, what is it? Is he a clown? Is he, what is the
Yeah.
the
I mean, I kind of just think of us, we're very like, family, home oriented
Yeah.
kind of crew, and we would just, Sundays like, make some pasta,
pop some anchovies?
Pop some anchovies
pop
in
some
there.
anchovies,
I
and
can't,
eat it. It
A
all.
jar of anchovies.
I mean,
The 2 jars. You bring an extra jar.
It's true. A lot of I think the memories. When I think of my dad, there is always food involved.
Yeah,
You know what
that
I'm
sounds
saying?
about right. Yeah. I mean, Jersey,
We
Italian,
like
the
to
food's
eat,
coming out.
and watch movies.
Yeah. That's-
Watch movies.
Did anybody ever take you up on the second jar of anchovies? Like, did other
No,
people eat them?
What happened is I went over where the place where they were making the pizzas for everybody. People were standing around having drinks and everything. Everybody was having a good time. I brought it over. I said, "Look, here, put this one. If you need it, you can use that one. But open this one." I opened it for them. I drain out the oil
Naturally.
that's in it, you know what I mean, and then you poke it out, and I don't know if they got to the second jar. I did have 2 pieces of pizza that night, and I put, and then what was really funny.
I love this
funny.
story.
I didn't tell you this.
Right.
What happened was they looked at me, the 2 people who were making the pies, the pizza. Looked at me exactly the way you guys looked at me a minute ago, like, and I said, no, go. And then they put the anchovies on the pie after it was cooked. I said, no. You got to put the anchovies on first.
Then put 'em in the
stick it in
oven.
the oven so they
Yeah.
get nice and soft. They didn't have arugula. That was next time I'm bringing a bag of arugula.
Yeah, next
All right,
time.
bring your own anchovies,
own
bring your own
anchovies.
arugula. Ready to party. I got anchovies in a bag of arugula. Who wants to get wild?
I'm ready to go for it. Yeah. I think we got to put it in Little Demon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to
That
put
you
some
should
anchovies.
really.
should.
That would be
No,
funny.
Yeah.
You see the devil sitting there with a nice, an anchovy pizza.
That
Yeah.
because that
so
is
great.
something that the devil,
He would
everyone
do.
else would be
And,
disgusted by
yeah,
it.
I
And
mean,
you got to eat the
Chrissy,
anchovies.
when I was a kid, we were like,
Of course,
no.
yeah.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
like it now, huh?
Yeah, I do like it.
What about you guys? Do the ham and pineapple ever?
Oh,
Did
the
you do
rum
that?
ham?
The rum ham. Rum ham would be
ham.
even better. Yeah.
No, we never did the Pam
I
pineapple.
don't eat.
Yeah, I don't
eat
do it
red
either.
We didn't do
meat.
that.
No,
We
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
eat meat.
Oh, yeah.
I eat
Yeah.
meat. I eat anything.
What's your favorite meal aside from anchovies?
Desk. What? No, I mean, I'll eat anything. But besides anchovies, well, I like, I do like pasta. I make another anchovy pasta that you might be interested in. It's you brown the garlic, you put some hot pepper in the olive oil, and you take breadcrumbs and you toast the breadcrumbs like on a skillet with a little bit of
I'm in.
olive oil, just golden brown. You set them aside. You take your linguine with the salt in the water. You got to put salt in the
salt,
water.
yeah.
You throw it in. You throw it in with the garlic and oil. You mix it up. Then you take anchovies and you double boil them. You take a pot of water. You boil the water. You stick a frying pan in. You put the anchovies in the pan. Then you put a lid on it and you mash them.
You gotta mash it.
You mash the anchovies until they get a liquidy kind of really. Then you
The
mix it in with
passion
the
this man
pasta.
has for anchovies.
I mean,
Danny, I think you need a
yeah.
cooking show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
or
could
a
do a
restaurant. You
cooking
need to have
show.
like DeVito's,
I
and
could
you
do a
guys.
cooking show.
he's a
Yeah,
great-
I like to cook.
great
I-
cook.
I do.
Apparently,
And I
yeah.
like to drink. I see that you guys like to drink.
We got the whiskey out
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well,
The,
speaking
um,
of drinking, you brought this up today, talking about when you were filming Taxi
Yes.
and the other guys who were on the same set, the 4-man crew. It was you, Nicholson, Robin Williams,
Belushi,
Belushi.
right?
Oh yeah.
That has got to be.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
a 4-man
you mean
team right there.
Tell me when again. You're
It was.
talking
It was just like you guys were all on the
Oh,
same
we're all on
set,
the same
so filming
set.
your own. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
whatever, and
Well,
afterwards.
Taxi was done at Paramount. Right down the block was Robin Williams. So it was like maybe 25 yards down, and it was another sound stage. And the first time I saw him do Mork and Mindy, that was like amazing. But we did have a party, one famous party that with all of us, where Jack came and John Belushi, because I met John because I did a movie with Jack called Going South, which was like he directed it. So I knew John and I knew Jack separately. Then I had with me, I had Chris Lloyd, right? And I had a couple of- So we all got together once at my place. There were other people there, but we were like the ones outside getting loaded and having a good time. It was really like, that was.
Yeah, that's a party. I don't know if in the social media era where cameras are out all the time, I don't know
No,
if
you
that
wanna
would have
do
made
that.
it.
Yeah. You want to do
Can't
that
have
behind the
cameras
gate.
around. Yeah.
That's
No
that's
phones
a
allowed.
that is a crew right there.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier we have like this game we play where we have a lot of weird questions,
Right.
and one of them is if it kind of works with Little Demon Thursday nights on FXX. If you were put in charge of running Heck, which is like the place for people who aren't quite bad enough to go into hell, what would a punishment of yours be? Like for
So-
instance, like someone's always in front of you walking very slowly, or something like that.
Or like you always have a hang.
It's
down.
it's
You
not
always stub your
it's
toe.
not
What's something-
hell.
You don't
but
deserve
it's-
the worst to burn
Yeah,
and
no,
eternal
no.
damnation.
Yeah,
but
like your
what's something?
pants are always like a size too tight.
Yeah,
Oh,
great
God.
one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Great
then I
one.
live in
Off.
Heck.
I was gonna say, can I tell you something? Every single day when I drive home now, I have to undo
Yeah.
the belt and the button,
Yeah.
and then I get out of my car at my
Someone's gonna
house
get
and I
pulled
like,
over.
I honestly, I get out of the car at my house and like my pants. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, got my pants on. I hope you don't think anything. You know,
Or your partner always has bad breath.
a lot of people are living this life.
Yeah.
You're gaining weight and you have a partner with bad
yeah.
breath. That's like marriage right there, babe. What's the
Yeah.
worst for you, Danny?
Well,
what
for
would
me,
you do?
I don't know. It's like I'm not. Yeah. See what would I do? What would I put you in? Maybe it's just no. I don't know. I was thinking like those things get breath very bad.
Everybody's got to eat anchovies.
Somebody
Condemned to anchovy
you know,
life.
a tub of anchovies, drowned in a tub of anchovies. You guys, I think. You guys, I would put in a big barrel and
Drown in a tub.
anchovy.
We also learned that you almost drowned on the set of Always Sunny.
I did almost.
Because they were weighing you down too much or something?
What it was a scene where we sunk in a ship, and we were all going to die, and it was like we took over this cruise ship.
Yeah.
And I had a captain's uniform on.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
was white and it was big, it was heavy. I mean, you've probably seen maybe the episode.
Definitely.
Anyway, the big thing is that when the ship was sinking, we did it in a tank, and we had to learn how to go underwater with the tube, right? Hold your breath. And they take the tube away.
Yeah.
Right? And you had the compressed air in your system. Now, you wait. We wait. We're going to hold hands. But I kept floating up because of this costume. So we stopping. And it's the only way to keep me on the ground. That somebody came up with this great idea to stick a big band of weights around my stomach and a bandolero of weights across my chest under my costume to keep me down. And I said, like an idiot.
Yes?
I said yes, like an idiot, not thinking that I got to swim up. You know what I'm saying? And when we did in rehearsal, swimming up was no problem. It was 20 feet to the
That's
surface.
still a lot. I mean,
yeah. So we go down, we pass around the tube, we go take a thing,
Take a
right?
hit of the oxygen.
Get the guy out of the way. Cameras are rolling, and we're holding hands, and we're supposed to die in this scene, and we're looking at each other with doe-eyed looks,
Right.
And we're trying to, and I'm weighted down like I ain't moving, right? And everybody's down, looking at each other, and then the air is, they did it as quick as they could,
Sure.
and we
Then
all
time to go.
shot up.
except
For me, right? And I swear to God, and what they tell you is you got to let out the air little by little,
Right.
otherwise you get the bends.
Yep.
Right.
So it's compressed air. So you have to go
Jesus.
bloop, 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 bloop. I was out of air. There was still like 5-6 feet to go. Thank God there was this stunt guy next to me.
Yeah.
He grabbed a hold of my bandolero around my waist, and he pushed me like a rocket right up to the thing. And if you had a camera up on top, you would have actually seen the real thing where you gasp for air when you come out.
It's a real life Jon Snow.
Oh man, it was
Jesus.
like scary as shit.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
All for one shot
I
of
mean-
the. We're not going for like the Oscar here in a
No,
big
it's like,
dramatic
you know-
movie. It's another
No.
scene in the
In-
show
in-
you've done a million
in-
times
in-
before.
Funny.
Yeah.
So
Imagine
now,
that. I almost died
so
for.
I don't do underwater work anymore.
No.
Yeah,
I stay away from the
walk-
under. Nah, I don't do
I don't
underwater.
done with the wet
like
work.
that.
Nah,
I was
don't
gonna
do
say. I know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for you to even hear that.
Well,
It's
wait a
dramatic.
minute. If you pay me enough, I might do a little wet work. But underwater,
You watch Sunny?
Yes.
Yeah?
Watch it. Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I mean, there's so many episodes and so many seasons now that,
Yeah.
but just like, you're
Yeah.
watching along with all of us. It's a funny thought to be like, yeah.
That episode actually is one of my favorite lines of yours when you guys are talking about mixers.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, people drink straight mixers?
It's a
Yeah,
classic.
Charlie. People love
It's a
it.
classic.
When was the last time you drank straight? I
Yeah,
drank a straight
straight
orange
mixer.
juice mixer the other day.
yeah, Charlie was drinking the fuel from the lines. We were getting juiced on the fuel from the ship, right? Boat fuel, boat oil, whatever it was.
Have you actually, speaking of Sonny, I'm trying to pull up the picture here, the video. Rob, I don't know how active you are on social media, but Rob put up a video yesterday of his locker in his son's school. Did you see this?
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
kids'
amazing.
school.
It's like a
The kids-
shrine
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The school won't take down.
Yeah, they leave it up.
No, they're gonna leave. Well, they gotta leave it up.
Yeah, they got it. Just trying to
That is so crazy.
I mean,
Yeah, that's got to be. How does that feel when you see? Is that weird? Is that
think
cool?
it's so
Is it?
cool.
Yeah, I mean that is.
I mean, you guys have to deal with it. I mean,
No, but I
my
think-
kids, I don't.
I think it's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
Like,
that's you. That's just like dad.
Yeah.
But there's people who have a shrine to it.
I'm like,
Particularly those kids. Like, I mean, Rob's kids are young. Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah,
know.
that's
yeah, it's great.
actually
school.
real weird.
It is really weird. Like these young kids knowing who you are. It's awesome.
I think it's cool. Well,
Yeah.
I make movies like Matilda and
Yeah.
Lorax.
What a classic.
do all that kind of stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
I don't like do kids movies. every once in
to
a while.
this day,
Not
Miss
Little
Trunchbull
Demon.
is-
You don't want your kids.
No.
Keep your kids
Just
away
because it's a
from-
cartoon
Yeah, it doesn't
doesn't
mean.
mean
Yeah,
kids. Yeah.
That's why it's on 10 o'clock. It's at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. What growing up with, I mean, obviously he's one of the most accomplished and successful, famous people ever. Was it ever weird for you, or is that just like you were used to it because it's all you ever knew?
It was kind of like all I ever
Yeah.
knew, you know?
I mean,
and-
you've been so successful for so long. It's like, I think a lot of people, maybe they already have a family and then they get big or famous and it's like an adjustment. But
yeah.
I mean,
No,
you've been going for 50
that-
years, man.
For that, in that way, it was great because there was no adjustment. It was
Right,
just
yeah,
like,
it's all
this
you know,
is my
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, because like when when I was young, you were famous for things that kids now haven't even watched.
Right.
So
Well,
it's,
the first voiceover I ever, voice acting I ever did was because of you, actually, because when she was a little kid, she was into My Little Pony, and I went and asked them at the My Little Pony, they were doing a movie of My Little Pony, and I said I would like to play a part in it.
Oh, wow.
And I did.
That's awesome.
I can't remember
Yeah.
the part I
That's
played.
very cool.
But I
we
wanted
gotta
to
find that.
I wanted to see what it was like,
Yeah.
to see my kid listen
Yeah.
to my voice coming off.
The fact that you could just, pick
Yeah.
up the
Well, I
phone
mean,
and be like, hey.
they let me do it, and it was.
Bet.
You don't.
they did. Danny DeVito just called. He wants to be in our movie. I think we'll say yes.
Like
I
My
wanna-
Little Pony people being like, oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
They have to write a new character, I imagine. Or is it
Also,
are you just voicing like a
Sesame
pink
Street,
horse?
I did that because of you
Yeah.
guys, because I wanted to.
You went-
I did the first thing I did was the Trash Man. Did you ever see it on Sesame Street with me and Oscar the Grouch?
No.
It's like a guy. I played not the Trash Man like
I was going to say,
like
wait a
Sonny.
minute.
No.
The Trash Man comes full
That's
circle.
different. Yeah, this was. It was a guy. Was from the Cannes Film Festival. Because he's in a can.
Yeah.
Because Oscar the Grouch was in a garbage can, and I did a scene, but I did, you do that for you. You're lucky enough to be able to do that for you, to show your
Yeah,
kids.
was this it? Is that it?
Let me say,
Yeah.
it's me and Oscar. There it is. Look at my hair. Look at.
I mean,
still
probably
had no
covered
hair.
in
Even back
anchovies
then.
and- Yeah.
It was like bald. But that was with Oscar. Yeah.
That is incredible.
What era of Hollywood would you say is like, if you? I mean, we used to play the game Marry, Fuck, Kill, but you've been doing it so long we can't even do it with that many decades.
Yeah,
But
you've seen every
What's your
iteration of Hollywood.
Yeah, so-
when you
Old
think
Hollywood,
of like
new Hollywood?
What era are you
man,
thinking?
well,
of?
just back in the there's so many. You're right. There's like I experienced it in the '60s, the late '60s.
That must have been a
that was
decent
kind of
time.
a decent time. The '70s, like when Cuckoo's Nest came out in '74, so I was now like buddies with Jack.
Yeah.
So Nicholson and I were.
And how old are you at that point?
Tight. I was 30. Like
Jeez.
that. So like. Yeah.
Are you still buddies with these
and then
guys?
the 80s.
And then the 80s were like,
Well, we won't talk about that around Lucy, but
it was like, everything got snowblown, It was like it's like pretty bad. Don't do what I do. Do as I say. Don't do what I say. Don't do. I don't. Don't do anything I do.
one of the reviews for A Little Demon came from a congressman in Louisiana saying that it's clearly evil, which I would imagine is great for you guys. I mean, because it's so stupid, obviously, to think that it's just like great publicity to be like, look at this idiot melting down over a cartoon.
It's not for everybody, Like
Sure.
I mean,
this guy should stay to, stick to.
Whatever,
Look like.
If he
look
wants
what
to pick a bone with us, that's fine.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Please talk
Like,
about it. Let's
talk
go.
about
Yeah,
it.
headlines
I
galore.
mean,
man.
if you think that we're evil, then I mean,
That's also like you have not watched the show
Well,
even for a
yeah,
second to understand
totally.
what
No,
it's
I
really
mean-
about. It's actually at heart, it's kind of like a cute
It,
like family thing,
yeah,
right? It's
actually,
just
all the characters
demented
have
and warped.
morals.
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
Not like some people we know.
no, I mean, I think it's kind of like, I mean, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's,
You're like,
I would
oh, yeah.
love to have, you
Yeah.
know, to have a congressman like that, like all in a tizzy over that. It's like,
Yeah,
that's how you know
whatever.
you did a good job. You know,
Yeah,
you're trying to make
nailed
a,
it,
a
baby.
wild,
We nailed it.
yeah, you nailed it, right?
You
It's
know.
like,
It's also crazy just for I actually don't know if it was a man or woman who said it, but for them to think that like that's gonna have any effect other than more people go watch the show.
yeah, like FXX is going to be like,
Right.
okay, we're canceling it
Yeah.
because some dickhead in Louisiana said it's evil.
It's
you
like
know?
the woman Serena was playing in her final match, and she was like complaining to the crowd that the crowd was complaining to the judge that the crowd was being too loud, thinking that was going to quiet the crowd down. It just made everyone yell louder and
Yeah.
boo her louder.
the number one way, you know, is
Number
to,
one
to
way
talk
is to-
about it.
yeah.
It's going to make it worse.
Well, let's hope that he's a very happy man.
Any appearances in the podcast game for you anytime soon? I know your castmates are doing
doing
very
it.
well.
Yeah,
I'm actually very mad at them.
Why?
We've had them on, except for Charlie. We've all had them on the show before, and I'm very mad because when you're already rich and famous and successful, you're not allowed to do podcasts
Right.
because that's for the bums like us to try to make some money and have a success and have a career. Then they come in and everyone's like, "Oh, they've got the best podcast in the world." Well, of course they do. They're like two of the most incredibly impressive guys in the
I
world.
haven't done it yet.
You
but
should. I mean, you got to get on there.
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna go
it's all. I mean,
Do you
break.
listen to it?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Because you guys are podcasters. Do you listen to podcasts?
Only recently, like
I
we
don't.
just had our 10. Yeah, he doesn't really. We had our 10-year anniversary in
for
June,
you.
and
Yeah.
thank you. And but only like the last couple did I start listening.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't really my thing. And then I started to listen. I also sometimes I don't like listening because then you hear other people's ideas and jokes and their
Right,
style. And it's
right.
like I want to have it be
Exactly.
original.
Well,
you know?
I
So
think
it's kind of a weird.
with Charlie and Glenn and Rob, it's like, and Caitlin as well. But I know that they do the show and she does. But that's like being around. That's like being at work with them. I go
Yeah.
to work over there. To go to work, and that's what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
They stand around a bar like this bar here, and they jib jab, and they talk about everything. And they're like, Glenn's off in this way, Charlie's over there, Rob is over there, and that's what makes it kind of fun because you never know what's going to come out of their mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, it's kind of cool.
Well, that's why you
I
got to
have
do
listened
it.
to like a little bit.
Oh,
of it.
I want to do it. I just don't.
There are some
Yeah.
cool revelations in it where it's like, what is it? Serial defense was a true story that Glenn actually got hit by a car while he was eating cereal, and they had to.
I don't know.
They said Glenn was so mad that they had to wait a year to pitch him on the show to make that into an episode. 'Cause they were like, he's too furious about this right now.
Oh yeah, I think it's true.
Yeah.
I don't.
Those little nuggets. I mean, people
Yeah.
just love to hear those
Yeah,
behind the
those
scenes
behind the
things
scenes
where
things.
you
Yep.
know. I just learned that you were you auditioned or read for or had something for George Costanza in Seinfeld. Was that true? Were you ever in the running for that?
No.
No.
Yeah, it was. They said it
didn't
was an
sound
interview
right,
with.
did it?
It was Jason Alexander on Howard Stern, and he said something like you were at that point in your career were off doing movies and would not have been interested in doing like a sidekick TV role, but I had never heard anything like that
I
before.
didn't hear about it.
Even as Kevin was saying it, he was like, "I bet this is one of those things."
It sounds like one of those fake Hollywood stories.
Yeah,
like,
fake Hollywood
he was
stuff.
almost George Costanza on Seinfeld. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, both bald guys.
Yeah, that's pretty
Any
much
bald
it.
guy
Yeah,
can
yeah. Well, I mean, the show is awesome, and I have such a soft spot for father-daughter stuff now, and I can't even imagine how much fun it is for you guys to do it, and it comes through because it's wildly entertaining. It's a
you.
lot of
Thank
fun,
you very
and,
much.
and there's
Thank you
really
so
not
much.
much like it, out there right now. So it's a very cool, cartoon to get into. So everyone should go check it out. Little Demon on FXX Thursday nights,
10 p.m.
10 p.m. And thank you for coming and
Streaming on Hulu.
Streaming on Hulu next
Yeah,
day,
that's
that's
where we
right.
watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you both for coming in. We really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, guys.
Lots of fun.
Thank you.
It was great.
All right, thanks for watching the legend Danny DeVito on KFC Radio. If you're interested in any other of the interviews we did with his co-hosts on Sunny, you can find those on our page as well. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you click the notification bell so that you never miss an episode.
It's co-stars, you idiot.
What did I say? Co-hosts? Fuck!